Hey guys, welcome to another recap from New Zealand's biggest gap year, where a few years ago my partner Robin and I headed out on the road to do a 365-day challenge, doing 365 activities all around New Zealand. And on day 202 we went to Timaru to do a free penguin viewing tour. So join us for the video to see what that experience is like, and at the end of the video we're going to give you a little bit of an update on the tour, as well as go through some of the comments and questions that you guys had from the first time that we published the video. So I'll see you toward the end.
This morning we are waking up at the beautiful Fairlie Holiday Park and we find a ton of quail chick all around our camper van. We take the time to clean our camper van today, but that's pretty boring, so let's get back to those beautiful quail chicks. Quails are not a native bird of New Zealand, but they are everywhere in the country and they are so cute and easily recognizable from their random feather right on top of their head. Anyway, they're super cute, but we are now hitting the road toward the little township of Timaru. We are checking it at the 1873 Wanderer hostels, and as soon as we check in, the hostel owner is taking us on a bit of a trip.
Greg is super keen to show us his secret spot for spearfishing, and hunting and fishing is a huge part of the Kiwi culture, and many times after we have visited New Zealanders we always leave with a fridge full of fish or meat, and it looks like it's about to happen again as Greg is going off into this river to do some spearfishing for flounder. Because the current is really strong at this estuary, and the fact that we don't have any wetsuits or snorkeling gear, we are pretty happy to just sit on the side of the river and watch Greg do his thing. However, we have done a couple of fishing trips in New Zealand before which have been really awesome. Not actually getting into the water like Greg does, but doing some fishing on boats, which is pretty cool. But after a while, Greg gets a catch on the end of his spear. He's caught a flounder, which means we are eating tonight. We're pretty impressed by his catch, but he considers this a bad spearfishing session. Nevertheless, we are going to be heading back into Timaru now, but on the way we can't help but notice this random tree absolutely full of shoes. This is just too weird to drive straight past.
The Temuka shoe tree is a bit of an oddity around Timaru, but that showcases how creative the locals are. And we are meeting another creative local. Oh wait, that's still our host from the hostel. He wants to take us on another tour, and that's a blue penguin tour, because yes, Timaru has its own blue penguin colony. This is actually a free tour that Greg is offering to anyone that stays in his hostel. It's really cool how he loves to share the place where he lives. The blue penguin colony of Timaru is much smaller than the two other blue penguin colonies that we visited in the last few weeks. Check out the card up there to check out those episodes. But the blue penguin colony of Timaru is really cool to visit, because by just staying behind the barriers we are still super close to the blue penguins themselves, and because it's a much smaller colony we get to see them behave as couple all the way from the water to their nest. It's really awesome.
You can see the Timaru penguins at Caroline Bay, which is one of the main beaches of Timaru. And this is actually an ideal location to watch the penguins because they are just dimly lit by the street lights. But it is important to remember that you should not shine any torches at the penguins because they really don't like that. What we do see, however, is really awesome. They're all doing their individual behaviors. Some of them are just cleaning their feathers, while others are trying to find their partners, because blue penguins are actually monogamous, meaning that they usually just have one partner for life. Other penguins are gate crashing, other penguins burrows, some are screaming at each other, and we even get the chance to see a mother feeding her chicks. We're actually quite surprised about how many penguins we've seen around New Zealand now, and that's because the little blue penguins are one of the few species of penguins that can produce more than one clutch of eggs per season.
We learned that fact and much more through all the signs which are around the area, which is really cool because we basically can do a self-guided tour. It's pretty nice. We also learned that they actually refill their feathers before coming back to their nest. This is helping them cool down from the water because they actually overheat when swimming that much. The ocean is currently super cold though, so it's quite an impressive fact that such a small bird can overheat by swimming that much. Because this area is so easy to access, there are quite a lot of people coming to check out those blue penguins throughout the whole night, but Laura and I seem to be the only bird nerd that stay here for that long, and it's well past midnight, we are the last in, and we are about to go home, but not before listening to a good night lullaby by our friends penguins.
We started this tour about 9:30 and Robin and I are the only ones left at the end of the night, past midnight, watching these little blue penguins. I think it's safe to say that we are complete bird nerds. But they are so cute, the way they're so small, they're the world's smallest penguins and they're waddling around just like tiny little cuteness, blue cuteness.
Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed watching that video of those cute little blue penguins. Now just an update about the penguin tour that we went on. We went on that tour with a hostel called the 1873 Wanderer, and that hostel is no longer open, so therefore the tours are no longer operating. So it's a bit of a shame, but just to let you know that that's why also we need to keep on doing these updates for you guys about the different tours available, because things are always changing in New Zealand, so it's good to stay updated with what is available and what is no longer available. And just let's go through some of the comments and questions you guys had from when we posted this video the first time. We had Chasing Adeline saying, I think I might have seen a few of those birds. My brother-in-law goes spear fishing in New Zealand all the time. Hope to one day go with him. And then Why in the World says, penguins in Caroline Bay. I had no idea. Or Caroline Bay, sorry. I had no idea. So that's the thing. Even though the tours are not available anymore to go with a guide, you can still actually go and see the penguins for yourself, by yourself, if you go to Caroline Bay and go towards the beach, sort of on the sort of right side of the beach when you're facing it, and just stay. Obviously there's all those barriers and stuff that are there to protect the penguins' nests and things, so obviously make sure to stay behind the barrier, keep your distance from the penguins, and just enjoy watching the show from there. They have the street lights that are up, so you can still see the penguins quite well. There's no need to, you know, shine any torches or flash any camera lights at them, that sort of thing. So yeah, you can go and enjoy the experience independently, but obviously make sure that you do it responsibly as well to protect New Zealand's wildlife. Alright guys, if you do have any questions or comments of your own, you can pop them in the comment section below, or join us for one of our live Q&A sessions that we do every single Sunday at 8 AM New Zealand time. We go through the live chat and answer all your New Zealand travel questions, and that's a good place to go and have a little bit of discussion and plan your itinerary for New Zealand. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next video.